Hi Taurus, it's Jen here from Tarot Spirit. I'm here for your June 2016 monthly tarot reading. Today I'll be using the Arthurian Legend Tarot. And I'm going to pull two cards for four different categories. And then I'll also look at a focus card and the bottom of the deck. Sorry. So I'm finally outside. Yay, I took the day off today. And gonna do some readings and some gardening, and I'm really looking forward to it. Sorry that you guys are on the tail end of the readings this month. I'm not sure which one. I'm gonna take all of those, I guess. You got some bonus cards. So, at the bottom of the deck is my boyfriend. I know, I have problems. I love the King of Wands. His energy, he's just like, he's passionate, he's motivating, he's fun, he's energetic. He's creative. His if you can't help but if you're around him, feel energized and passionate, and he gets you excited about things. So he'd be someone really fun to do stuff with. He's going to want. Now, if you're a homebody, he might be a little bit much for you. You know what I mean? His energy may be a little too, you may be like, or if you're an introvert, like, I need my alone time. I need my downtime. You're a little bit, calm down. But he's a really nice energy. And at the bottom of the deck, this is just telling me that you guys are going to be feeling, if not outwardly motivated in the month of June, you're going to have a little bit of maybe restlessness under the surface. So I think what this card is trying to tell you is to, capitalize on that. Use it productively and constructively, and really use this month to get some things done, to really tap into that King of Swords energy. And then we also had this Three of Wands, and in my head I was thinking about the bottom of the deck, and this sort of popped out. So I'm going to pair this with the King. You got a couple extra cards. So it's interesting. It goes well with the King being at the bottom of the deck, so sort of an underlying energy, because this is that same Wands energy, but you're sort of waiting for things to show up. You're waiting for your ships to come in. So there is this little bit of restless feeling underlying your reading. But again, if you can channel that and instead of just solely focus on whatever you're waiting to come to fruition, you can use some of that pent-up energy for other things, to get other things done along the way, perhaps. Okay, so the first category, let's look at the focus card. Oh my God, the Knight of Wands. So yes, you want things to change in the suit of Wands, which is passion, creativity, motivation, energy, all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's interesting, and you're an earth sign, so it's like you really want to get moving this month. You've done probably all the planning and been patient, but it's time for things to start moving ahead, and you're feeling that, and I think actually going to take steps to make that happen. So those are really nice cards. So let's see what we got in work. Oh, you know what? I read this card wrong. It's the three of Pentacles. So this is all that hard work you've done, what I just said. And then you have the Three of Wands up here. This is very interesting. So this is waiting for your ships to come in, but you've been motivated and you've done the work down here, and you will see things come to fruition, because this is the ultimate card of enjoying the fruits of your labor. So some project that you've been working on, or if you've wanted a new job, um, if you're starting your own business, anything like that that you've put into motion, you are going to see results from. It is going to come about this month. This is also a card that reminds you that it's okay um, to enjoy what you have and be proud of what you have and have confidence that you did the hard work and put the time and energy in, um, and are reaping the rewards, and that's okay. And it doesn't mean obviously you gloat and shove it down someone's throat, but it's okay to splurge a little if you have some a little bit of excess that you want to treat yourself, or to be proud of what you've accomplished. This is also a card about non-traditional work to me, because the classic, and it's interesting, in this card it's someone shedding their skin, so it's almost like a new you emerging. But in the traditional, like, Rider Waite version, it's usually a single woman, and she has a falcon on her arm. And these cards tend to be set in past times where falconry, I think that's the right word, is not something that it would be traditionally something a woman would, pastime a woman would necessarily do. And so that's a nod to me to more non-traditional work, kind of following your passions and things like that, even if it falls outside the societal norms. You know how I feel about the Joneses. I don't. So the home area, the star. So this came up for another sign. So maybe a home business, something about the home you've been wishing for coming true, healing, and the Seven of Wands. This is about things being a process. This kind of goes back to that Three of Shields. Did I say Wands again? Seven of Shields, Seven of Pentacles. You've done the hard work. You've sowed the seed. You've nurtured it. And you're waiting for things to show results. And I do see that coming. So if anything in the home outside of work life you've been really hoping for, you may start seeing signs. Just be patient, and of course always realize that not every wish that comes true looks exactly the way you imagined it. So just be open, I guess is what I want to say. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. So this is romance and relationships. There's this interesting dichotomy going on with each set of cards. So the Page of Cups, new beginnings in emotions, messages, communications about feelings. But it's interesting, it's paired with the Eight of Swords. So you're feeling, some people are potentially feeling in denial about something, feeling a little bit like there's no solution, but usually it requires sort of a shift in perspective, or going someplace you don't want to go that you can go. So that's very abstract. So say I'm going to go with low-hanging fruit just for simplicity of an explanation. I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is just an example. Say you're a stay-at-home mom and you're in an abusive relationship, and you think you're stuck because if you leave, you'd have to get a job and all that stuff, and that seems completely overwhelming. And that's I think a fairly common situation, actually. But, it could be worked out. It can be worked out. It's not necessarily going to be easy, but it could be worked out. So it may require you to go out of your comfort zone. But there is something, this is a message that's been coming up a lot too, that is lots of times I think when in relationships, you have to have like the hard conversations, and this is a sword card, so it's thoughts, it's communication, and run the risk of maybe a relationship falling apart because of expressing yourself and some things that, if you're experiencing things that are distressing or upsetting you, having that hard conversation, whereas you can just avoid it and deny it and pretend it doesn't exist, but the relationship truly has no chance to be authentically happy unless you go there. And so it's almost like you have to run the risk of communicating how you feel and run the risk of the relationship even ending in order to be happy, in order for it to be authentic, in order for you to really be honestly communicating with your partner. And then there could also be a message coming through that you could release you from feeling trapped. So you could get news that helps you in a situation. If you're single, I sort of see the dynamic of maybe, you do have people interested in you and trying to communicate with you, but for some reason there's maybe some internal blocks that could be taken down to make you more receptive if you want to actually be in a relationship. And if you don't, that's absolutely fine. There's no reason you have to be in a relationship. And the final cards here, we got another bonus card over here, are sort of spiritual overall growth lessons cards. The Queen of Shields. Oh, and the Six of Wands. Again, these shields and wands. And I'll leave that one. So this is that dichotomy I keep seeing in this reading of you guys have put the hard work in. You've managed things well. You've been planning for a long time, and you're going to be successful. So something you've been working on is going to come to fruition. It's going to bear fruit. It's going to work to be successful. So the victory card, you may even, find your name in the company newsletter or in the paper or something, or it could be an internal victory, where I told the story to another sign, that, I barely graduated from I graduated from high school with honors. I barely graduated from college. There were many different reasons why, but it was not a good time for me. And then 25 years later, I got a graduate degree with straight A's. And it's like, yeah, that's great. I have a diploma and all that stuff, but it was an internal victory. It was like something I had to prove to myself. It didn't really matter that I have that degree in a lot of ways, but it's like I proved to myself that I could be successful in college, and it had bothered me all these years later, you know what I mean? So for me, that was a very personal victory. So it could very well just be something more internal that you conquer. Maybe you lose some weight, or you are able to run all the way up that hill or bike all the way up that hill without getting off your bike or walking, or you're able to, whatever. Count your wins. And our final bonus card, weird, is the Five of Swords. I don't like this card. This is ruining the whole reading. Why did this have to come up? Well, we have this Eight of Swords. I think what this is just saying is that there had to be some shift in your mind. There has to be some shift in your mind. I mean, this is in the spiritual category. Maybe some compromise to allow things to start moving forward again. And so there is going to be like an aha moment, or acceptance of of how you think about things, how you look about things, how you look at things, how you go about things this month. And once you can make that shift, things are going to start moving again. You're going to get your mojo back. And you will see that you really have done all the hard work and been working hard, and it wasn't for naught. And have, victory. And you have the victory card and the star card. So lots of healing and positive vibes coming for you guys this month. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.